Listen, boy, I already told your ass to not have the school call me again. And they want to tell me you running around causing mayhem? Boy, I told you, one time to not misbehave in school, and you still doing it. Hey, listen, guys, they got a walk out. I told you, I already told you. All right? I told you, man. I told you to behave in school, and you don't want to be listening. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? I told you. Like, oh my God. I told you. Yeah. Now go to your room. Go to your room right now. All right, listen here, Johnny. I'm going to tell you this one more time, okay? If you get another phone call from school, I'm going to take away your PlayStation, okay? Okay. All right? All right. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, YT Killam, a.k.a. Michael. And as y'all clearly see from those, that's parents showing discipline. Now, I'm pretty sure we've all had that parent. That one parent or maybe just both parents that just, you know, they all discipline in a different way. And clearly from the first clip, I have that parent. And growing up, I've had lots of butt whoopings. Like, we can all say the same thing. We've all had some interesting butt whoopings, you know. First a belt, a chancla or slipper, a cord. And you know, parents just really think of these things like they be going way over our heads. But you know, it also involves, you know, us as well as kids or, you know, teens and stuff like that, and how we actually portray ourselves in public. So basically what I'm going to be talking about today is my worst butt whooping, my worst ass whooping, my worst just, oh my God. Like, I think, to me, this one time, where should I start it out? I'd say, because I was a bad kid. Like, honestly, we've all been bad kids, you know. And, you know, I'm going to say for now, like, I was a bad kid. Like, who wasn't a bad kid? I was a bad kid. Not now, you know. I'm the best behaved kid in the whole country, in the whole city. I'm the most well-behaved kid ever. I'm such an angel. But, let me see. I'd say my worst butt whooping was when I was in elementary school. And that was actually back when I was living in the city. And oh my God, what they was doing back there. Listen, if some of my viewers is watching, that was there's a lot of stuff going on down there. But I'd say the worst was in the city, cause like I was a bad kid. I was doing a lot of bad things. I was freaking fighting kids. I was just running around the school, you know, not listening to teachers, you know, typical kid stuff, you know, just chilling. Well, not chilling, I'm stupid. Just wilding out, you know, just going crazy. I've been moved, you know, quite a lot of times from classes, from my class actually. You know, they've separated me a lot. Cause I was just that one kid, and you know, they tried to put me on some things, but I was like, nah, like, I ain't doing none of that. Or maybe I think I did when I was younger, but I don't think like I stayed on. As I got older, you know, I was still a little, you know, messed up. I was still a little wild as I was getting older. As I was in middle school, I was still a little wild here and there. But I mean, like, I was a kid back then, so really, who was never wild and crazy and stuff like that? But okay, so let's see where I can start it out from. I was in elementary school. School was called PS 270. 270 or 20? I don't know. I miss those city schools, I ain't gonna lie. Especially the name, just PS whatever number, PS 99. Like, literally, these schools are here, freaking, they got like a whole name, and I'm just like, yo, that's too much. Just keep it simple. Public school, or PS, and then a number. So yeah, let's say, I think it was PS 270. It was. So, one time, I was in class. No, it was PS20. PS20 was my worst school. First school I ever got kicked out of. PS20 worst school. I mean, like, it's the best school. It was the best school, but for me it was like the worst school, because I was just going crazy. I was just wilding out. I think this was either in 3rd or 4th grade, and I had this one teacher. Her name was Mrs. what was her name? Mrs. B. We're gonna call her Mrs. B. And Mrs. B, like, she wasn't a bad teacher. She wasn't a bad teacher at all. She was a nice teacher. She was a good teacher. You know, she taught the class well and whatnot. But you know, teachers be on them. All teachers be having them. You know, them dumb days. If you know what I'm talking about. So I was in her class one time, and I think I was like playing with my friends. Like, I considered everyone my friend back then. Like, everyone was my friend back then. But I think I was playing with my friends, and it was during class. Obviously, it was during class, and I was playing with my friends, and I think she told us to, like, you know, calm down, you know, like, don't be talking, cause like, she was probably in the middle of I think she was reading a book. Like, this was a while ago, so you know, my memory might not be completely sure on it, but there are some things there are some things back then, like, I definitely remember, especially the worst, especially having a very big consequence after. So what had happened was, I guess she was reading a book, and me and my friends were talking. Like, it was like, obviously, little kid friends. Me and my little friends, we was just talking, and she had gave us a warning. And I think this was around the time. Have y'all ever had those, like, little color squares? You know, they got the green, the yellow, the red, and then I guess ours was like, I guess we had like a super red one that was like a call home, or, you know, like some detention or something. I don't know. I don't even think I knew of anything about detention when I was that young. But yeah, then we had like a super red card, and sadly I was on yellow all the time, you know. And after like, when I used to get butt whoopings like that, like, I swear I tried my best. I tried my absolute best to try to stay on green, but it was just like every time I would go down a color, every time I would hit yellow, I was just like, oh my god, like, my life was just over. My heart dropped every time I hit yellow or any other color, because I always wanted to stay on green. But it was just like, you know, I was a kid, and plus it was in class, you know, I just wanted to, like, be free, like, you know, just sitting there as a kid, listening to your teacher read a book or teach the class. It was just something you didn't want to do, you know. You wanted to freaking talk to your friends, you know. If something was funny, you know, you laugh, or you just, like, something little, you know. And like I said, I was in, like, what, fourth grade, and I was freaking, like, I wanted to freaking be wild, like, goddamn. I didn't want to sit there being bored and everything. So yeah, we had the little color squares. I had this best friend. His name is T. We're gonna call him T. I was about to say his name. I don't want y'all to know his name. Even though it wouldn't really matter, but his name is T, let's say. His name is T. And he was like my best friend. And I'm probably, till this day, I don't remember who he is, or, like, won't notice who he is unless I, like, see him in person, or freaking ever see him in person. I wouldn't know. But I had this best friend. His name's T. We was so close. Like, we was, like, really close. Like he came to my house. I went to his house. Like, he was like my best friend. He's basically my brother, not little brother, but because we both little, but he was like my brother. And we was just like in class, you know. He wasn't a bad kid, okay? I was a bad kid. I was the bad influence on him. And, you know, I was always messing around. Like, I was always trying to mess around with him and whatnot. And it was just like, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I didn't really feel bad that much unless I got in trouble. But, like, I was just trying to, you know, like, play around with him, because, you know, the teacher was just being boring. So, the teacher was, me and Troy, we ended up, he didn't get in as much trouble as me, because I had the bad record, let's say. Troy, he was just, you know, sitting there. Like, he's a good kid. He was listening to the teacher. And I'm just like, yo, bro, like let's play. Like, I didn't say yo, bro, but like let's play around, let's joke around, let's let's play, you know. I don't want to sit here and be bored. So I was like, you know, just like tapping him here and there, tapping him, you know, when the teacher's not looking, you know, you do little things behind their back. Best moments in elementary school. Best moments throughout every school year. You always want to, every time the teacher turns around, hey, who threw that paper? You know, something like that, you know? So yeah, I was trying to mess around with him and whatnot. I was trying to play around with him too. And, you know, I think the teacher, you know, because I used to feel like teachers had favorites. And since I was the one that always got in trouble, you know, she basically, like, pointed at me because, you know, I was the bad kid. So she basically pointed at me, and she was like, Michael, can you please stop that? Can you please stop that? Like, I'm trying to read a book. I still am kind of a little blurry if she was reading a book or teaching a lesson, but either or teaching a class. Let's say she was still teaching a class. They're still teaching us reading too. I mean, I wasn't no dumb kid when I was older. I mean, when I was younger. So, I mean, I think when I was younger, it was like my smartest freaking years. Cause look at me now, I'm dumb as hell. Nah, I'm joking. But yeah, she gave me a warning, and I think the second warning, after when I was still playing around behind her back, I think the second warning was she was actually gonna change my color to a yellow, and I was like, no, I can't have that happen, cause like like I said, I've had worse, not worse. I've had like butt whoopings before. Like I've been whooped like tons of times before, but it was just like, nah, like this time I couldn't really happen. Like, yo, teacher, I ain't coming here for all that. I just came to play with my friend. Like stuff like that, bro. And she gave me a warning, and as she was teaching the class, I was still doing it. Like, I didn't listen. Like, I really did not listen when I was a kid, and it was freaking hilarious. Except when I got in trouble. But I didn't listen, so I kept doing it. Like, I did not listen. Like, I honestly didn't care. Like, I just wanted to keep freaking playing around. Like it's boring. I'm like too bored with that ish. So I think this is when she actually changed my card color, and I ain't even gonna lie, my heart dropped. I was like, oh my gosh. In my mind, when that happens, when that used to happen to me, I just thought straight up, I just thought of my mom. I was like, yo, this is, oh man, my life is just over now. Like, once that happens, oh man. But the thing is, with the yellow, it doesn't really do anything for you. It's just, I guess it was just like, that's like a warning. That's like a warning change, I guess we could say. Now, once you get to red, that's like a whole different story. Or maybe, actually, the colors, I think the colors were green, yellow, orange, and then red. I think there were 4 colors. I can't necessarily say for sure, but I think there was 4 colors. So I think by the end of that day, I was on red. Like, by the end of that school day, I was on red, and that basically meant like they was gonna call my mom, and I was gonna get in trouble. And that was just like the worst thing that could ever possibly happen to me as I was like in elementary school. So what I did was, like I said, I was still playing with him, and I think she ended up finishing teaching up her lesson and whatnot. And we went to our seats because we had a rug. Obviously, if you was obviously in elementary school, you've had like a rug, and then you had the class that was basically like around that rug. The rug had its own little section. We went back to our seats, and I can't remember what we did after that. We actually no. We was actually doing some work. And I was sitting across from T. Dang, I almost said his name. I was sitting across from T, and I was trying to get his attention, and he wasn't the only one I was playing around with. Like, even though he was my best friend back then, he wasn't the only one I was playing around with. I had a few friends. I had a few friends here and there, and like I was messing with them too. But like I was trying to get T's attention, cause not even gonna lie, Loki was kind of trying to get him in trouble as well, but I didn't want to. But it was like, it was gonna be fun. Like, it was just fun to me, and I loved it, cause like it was hilarious. So I ended up getting his attention. And what had happened was, no, he never snitched on me. He never snitched or anything. So any chance of me getting in trouble from him never happened. He never told on me. I never told on him. I've just only possibly maybe got him in trouble a few times, but I never meant for that, because that was like my brother back then. So I got his attention, and I was making faces at him. And I think the teacher was actually sitting at her desk, and she was, how teachers do that little look up and down, look around the room and stuff, to see if kids are like really working. And we was actually doing like a little writing assignment. I guess maybe talking about the book that we read. Or whatever she taught. We was doing a little writing lesson after that, and my handwriting was terrible. Handwriting's still terrible to this day, but this shit was terrible. So I got his attention, and like literally not even 5 seconds later, the teacher the teacher calls my name. Michael, can you please come here? And I'm like, oh my god, like, are you serious? Like, in my mind, even though I was a little kid, in my mind I'm just like, yo, like, it was just that feeling when a teacher calls your name and tells you to come here. It's like, yo, like, you know you did something wrong. Turns out I actually didn't get in trouble. She actually wanted to call me up for, like, I think it was homework that she called me up for, because yeah, we still freaking got homework in elementary school. It's completely retarded. But yeah, she had called me over. She said I did okay on my homework, because I mean, no, actually, no, I didn't do okay. I actually did decent on my homework, because I used to have my mom help me, because if I didn't know anything, I would ask my mom for help. So she helped me. She told me, she let me know. She was like, oh, this is good homework. This is good homework, and I hope you keep that up. Well, like, I hope you keep it up, because you're not a bad kid. And everyone says that. Everyone says that. Like, literally every teacher, every adult in schools just say that to you. You're not a bad kid. You're not a bad kid. You're not a bad kid. Like, we know we're not bad kids, but it's just like, things would really encourage us to do stupid things, that would end up getting us in trouble, that we would end up getting in trouble for. But so I went back to my seat. I got she still has my homework. She still had my homework. I went back to my seat, because I guess she was calling kids up to let them know how they did on homework. And I got back to my seat. And like 5 minutes later, I was trying to play around again. Like, because I got distracted easily. Like, I get distracted pretty easily. Not now. I'm kind of working on that. That's something I've learned to work on as I got older. But yeah, I got distracted. I got distracted pretty easily, and something I don't like till this day. But I got distracted, and this person sitting next to me. I don't necessarily remember their name. I only remember T. I don't remember the exact people's names that was in my class, but let's call her or him F. Let's call him F. So F over there had got my attention. They was calling me. It was like, Michael. I don't know how they sounded back then. But it was calling me, Michael. And I was like, oh. I looked over. And I think they must have drew something. And it was funny. Like, I think it was a picture of like a monster. But like, it was just a funny picture, And that's all I basically remember. Like, it was a funny picture, and I laughed. And I think me laughing kind of like made the teacher alert in a way, and she pretty much like kind of had that feeling like, oh yeah, this boy's gonna I'm probably gonna have to end up getting this boy. Well, not this boy is probably gonna end up getting in trouble in a way. And I'm just like sitting there laughing to myself, because it was like, oh wow, like like the picture was pretty funny. So yeah, she ended up, the teacher, she called my name, and she ended up giving me another warning. And then she was like, oh, if it happens again, then I'm gonna change your card. I'm gonna change your color. And I really think it was green to orange to yellow, or green to yellow to orange to red. I can't exactly remember, but I know at the end of that day I ended up being on red. Like, it was crazy. So while I was like laughing, like, I stopped. A few minutes later goes by, minutes going by, 1 hour later type stuff. I guess we go to lunch. Minutes go by again. I always like to eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Like, for some reason, that was just my thing. And it finally came back to me. I like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches now. But minutes went on. After lunch, we had to had like options to go to the like the little movie theater that we had that was next to the cafeteria, or I think there was, or we could go to the gym. Let's see, cafeteria. Oh, that was PS270. There was a movie theater there. I know there was a movie theater right next to the cafeteria, because when you walk in, it's like a little doorway. It's like the first door when you're outside of the building. You walk in, you hit a left, and then when you walk into the building, you hit that left, you hit that right, and then you got the caf right here. The whole caf is like right there, and then like in this cut, there's like a movie theater, like, or your freaking auditorium. Auditorium, that's what I meant, not movie theater, auditorium. It was a decent auditorium, like it looked like a movie theater, like literally. I ain't gonna lie, I've kissed a few girls back there. Like that was the spot. that was the spot back there. But back to the story. So literally, we get back from that, we get back from everything, go back into class. I was kind of stupid for this, but one of my not one of my friends, one of the kids in my class, I not say I hit them, but let's say I tapped them, and I kind of ran like into the class, and they was chasing me, and the teacher tried to stop it, and then she was like, I don't know if she see me. I'm not sure if she really was able to see me do it at all, but she was like, Michael, I'm gonna change your card, and this is gonna be my last time. If I have to remind you one more time, you're gonna go to the office, and I'm gonna call your parent, or it was gonna go to the office or call your parent, either or. So I ended up getting my card changed. I listen, these cards, man. I think I was on orange. I don't think I got to red yet. Yeah, but the things I'm saying, you wouldn't think it would really make my card color change, but trust me, back then, like it was like so serious for them. And plus this was a city too. Later on, I guess it was like we had 2 hours left of the school day. And what had happened, what I did was I ended up sitting in my seat. You know, I wanted to stay on. I wanted to be good. Like I really wanted to. Like as a kid, getting in trouble a lot. It was like something that like I didn't want to like keep doing, but I still ended up getting in trouble. So, so what had happened was